Face on the front page. 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 One mic. Face on the front page. One mic. Face on the front page. One mic.
I want you. I want you. I want you.
Come on, you know you got homework to do.
Fine. Please, Tasha stay.
No, she got homework.
6 minutes, I'll be fresh, y'all. There go Tasha. I've been waiting for her all day. Go Tasha, come here. Hold on.
Tasha, why you knocking on my door like that? Where you been at all day?
Nowhere, Ma.
Never need an alibi. It's like,
Hey, don't be running around my house, Tasha, all day.
all right, Mom.
Come here, Mom. What was in the bag? Is anything to sell?
No, it was just something personal. Wait, remember that guy I wanted to introduce you to? He's right over there.
I don't got time for that.
Wait, hold on. Yo, A1!
Somebody just got shot over there. Somebody just got shot over there. Yeah, it was one.
How's it going?
Tasha, this is A1. And A1, this is Tasha.
But coming up next, I am so happy to have a conversation with this woman here. I've learned so much about her in the past year. I think we've known each other for maybe like a year or two.
About a year, yeah.
Right. And all my observations, she's out here doing positive things, promoting empowerment for women. Actually, we're going to jump right into her book. She is an author, and now filmmaker, you know? So, and she's actually discussing a very important cause that, you know, that affects a lot of women and men. Women and men go through the same circumstances. And it's about recovery, right? It's about healing. It's about overcoming adversities that someone could be placed in their life, you know, things that people overcome. So I want to welcome Tasha Cato to the show. And thank you so much for joining me short notice because, you know, I let time get by me sometimes. I'm like, oh shoot, I got a show tomorrow, and I don't have all my guests. So, but you was right on time. So I really appreciate you coming through.
You're welcome.
So tell us a little bit about your book and your story. I know we've talked before, but this is a new audience, so it's like I don't know anything. Okay, so
right,
go ahead.
Right. Okay.
So you tell us. Okay.
Well, my name is Tasha, and you already introduced me, but the name of my book is called The Pain from Her Womb, which is also, I do have a movie that's connected to it. The Pain from Her Womb is just basically a young woman that has lived her life through many obstacles, struggles, and diversities. And she's a woman that was battered, always depressed, and just always going through a non-stop situation for many of years. And the main object about the book, like you said, I want to be able to give back, encourage women, uplift them, let them know that there's nothing that in life that they can go through without coming out. You understand what I'm saying? You can always come out on time. You understand? And our life struggles, it brings about a change in us. It brings about a good character. It's, not always what you go through, but it's how you come out.
Right.
It's,
Definitely.
What matters. So, to me, this is very, it's my heart, it's my baby, the pain from her womb. Because, I get back to so many people. Once I release the book, a lot of people already purchased the book. So I get a lot of positive feedback. People call me crying and they want to ask questions. How I came out of this, how I came out of that. A lot of people say to me, I'm going through that right now, Tasha. How can you encourage me? Or your book was right on time. So.
Right. Tell us a little bit of, not giving away too much of the book, but this is your story. Right. It's your story. And I know you, from what we discussed before, we grow up, we have relationships, we fall in love, we're looking for the happily ever after, right? We have our children, and we just think, growing up as girls, we like, okay, that's what life is.
Right.
But let us know a little bit of how it turned out for you.
Well, I was young when I met my ex-husband. I was 18, 19 years old. I was young, and with him, in the beginning, like most guys, they show you all this attention and they want to spend time with you. But this particular guy, he was extra. He moved very quick. And with him, he was more advanced than me. He's only 2 years older than me, but he had, a lot of years up under his belt for as street smart, than I did. And basically what he did, he just weaned me. I lived at home with my mom, my grandmother, born and raised in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, in the projects. And this particular guy, I met him through a best friend. He just came home from being incarcerated. And at the time I was single, and we got together. We was together every day from that point when I met him. Less than a year, this guy literally moved me out of the projects. He promised me the world. Me, I'm young, and as women, we want the best for ourselves.
Right.
At that time, I had a 1-year-old son. And I wanted, you know, the best for him as well. And lo and behold, you know, my ex-husband moved me out of the projects literally in a year. My whole life changed. I barely even known him. But, you know, I trust him. You know, he seemed like he was a very nice guy. We moved to Midtown and we had another son. And then after that, things were going good. Then, you know, he also worked for Bad Boy, Bad Boy Company with P. Diddy and all of them. So, you know, he's like, see, I told you everything would go good, and you know, I'm gonna give you everything I promised you. So me, I'm like, wow, this is really happening.
It's right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, at that age, you know, my first apartment, real relationship, he moves me into Midtown. You know, our building was right next door to NYU. So I'm just like, wow.
Right.
So he got with Bad Boy, and then things began to go down. So long story short, I went through a lot of mental abuse, physical abuse, him cheating, and it just went on and on and on and on. And we wound up having our twins, you know, because I have 3 boys with him. And he was not the guy that I thought that he was, you know. And then, you know, once he got me into a place where he felt that he had me, isolated me from my friends and family from Brooklyn, he wouldn't allow me to go back. I had a certain time I had to go to the store and come back. He wouldn't allow me to go to school. I couldn't work. You know, I was an in-home mom. And I just took so much abuse to the point I just couldn't take it no more. And then now I'm trying to get out. Now, you know, he threatened to kill me and this and that. It was this messy.
Yeah.
It was real messy. So,
I mean, every time I hear the story, I'm just like, I feel like the need to say I'm very sorry to hear that you had to go through that, because it is a tragic situation. Not tragic because you're here. You know, I mean, it's a bad situation. It was a bad situation. But bad. I know from your story that it will help someone. You know, I know someone will read your story and get the strength that they may not have. You know, because with that isolation, sometimes people feel like they have no one to talk to. Right? For whatever reason, embarrassment, people won't believe them, because a lot of times people outside of your situation don't see the true character of this person that you're talking about. Right?
Exactly.
They're like, what do you mean? When we see you, he's treating you good. You know, you got everything you could ever want. Like, what are you complaining about? Right? So it's like people don't understand. There's a lot of people that are going through these type of situations behind closed doors. And then when they come outside, myself, actually, I have a couple of close girlfriends, and it's a lot of similar stories out here that a women are going through. Now, I don't know if he was diagnosed with narcissism, but a lot of the stories,
I don't know what it is, but
a lot of the stories with the control, the isolation, with the mental abuse, with the cheating, with the lying, a lot of those things falls into different types of mental disorders, I would say, because I can't diagnose anybody. I'm just saying the need for somebody to exert that kind of control means it's a real lack of self-worth, self-esteem. It's a lot of issues that's going on with that individual. So, in your book, I know it points out this is not right, that you should not let anybody treat you like this. Pay attention to the red flags, right?
Absolutely.
On.
Absolutely. And, you know, in my situation, I was bombarded. You understand? He put on this battage and, you know, this image of a great man when he wasn't. And like I said, that right there, you know, messed with my mind, because it's like, you know, once he revealed who he really was, I'm looking like, okay, I've been sleeping with the enemy all this time. You know, because all he did was strip me, you know, and just, you know, took everything I had from me, my self-dignity, my womanhood. I was always the type of person, you know, a go-getter, you know, and things like that. And I wasn't allowed to do anything. It was times that he would literally lock all the doors, cut all the lights out in the house, unplug the phone, and keep me hostage, sometimes in one room. And he would tell me over and over, you're not leaving out of this house unless you come out in a body bag. And it was just crazy, you know. And then he had me at a point where I was just literally afraid of him. You know, he wouldn't allow me to tell anyone because he said, if you do, I will kill you. Then the crazy thing is my best friend, which was married to his brother, she didn't make it out because his brother killed her.
Wow.
You know, and then turned around and killed himself. So, you know, I don't take this lightly at all.
Right.
You know, and I really, you know, my mission is to give back, you know, to domestic violence, you know, women that are afraid, you know, just like you said, we have so many women that are going through that right now, but they're afraid to speak up, you know, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't make it out.
That's right. And like you said, you couldn't work. So now you have children, you have small children, and you're like, where's my resources going to come from if I do leave this man?
And that's
how am I going to be able to provide? Right.
That was his plan, you know. But at first, you know, women, you know, and I'm gonna use myself because I was very gullible. Oh, I got a man, you know, and he's making all this money, you know, he's with a really good, you know, well-known, you know, record company and this and that, and we're gonna make it. I don't have to worry about nothing, because all the time while he was mentally, physically abusing me and stopping me from, you know, building a foundation for myself, you know, he's out there making all that money, but his mindset was, it's a trap. It's a trap, you know. So it wasn't easy for me to walk away, because when I wanted to walk away, I couldn't, because I had nothing to walk away with.
Right. But you found that strength. You found that strength, and you made it out. And you're here today. Your boys are grown. You just got another grandchild.
Right.
So the book is about your journey and how you made it out, which can definitely inspire someone else. Because fear of the person that you love, that you think is going to care for you, that is such a mind-blowing type of thing to have to endure and go through, all the while still trying to be strong for your children.
Exactly.
You know, you still got other people that you're responsible for, and you're falling apart.
Exactly.
Right? You are falling apart. So I know you've done a few book signings since I've known you, and like you said, the book is doing well. Again, I just hope that there are women out there that are being inspired and motivated through your story. And now you're taking it to film. So what are you hoping? What is your goals for the film project now, for the second phase of your book? What are some of your goals?
Well, you know, the main goal for the film is basically like the same goal for the book. I wrote the book, but the book is not so much intel, and you know, I don't have too much detail in it. It is to specify everything I went through, but the movie is going to definitely be more in detail. It's going to be cut raw. I'm going to give it like it had really happened. But, you know, the movie, you know, my goal is to really give women an insight that this is real. It's not a game. You understand, your life is not a game. Your children is not a game, you know. And, you know, when I was going through that, I wasted so much time, you know. But my goal is to empower women, encourage them, you understand, and let them know that it's okay to walk away from that man that you so-called love and be alone, and, you know, be that woman that God called you to be. You understand?
Because if he loved you, he wouldn't treat you like that.
Exactly.
That is not love. That is not love. That is control, manipulation.
And everything else.
And you're seen as an object in some cases. You're not even seen as a real person.
Exactly.
You know?
So my goal is to really encourage women, you know, especially the young women, because, you know, us growing up 19, 18, 17, this is a whole nother breed of young girls. You understand? And a lot of women fall in the gap. You understand, fall in between the cracks and believe every nook and cranny a man would say to them. Or, you know, you have a lot of women that will accept the abuse due to finances, this and that. Listen, when I left my ex-husband, I had nothing. Only thing we had on our backs, only thing we had was what I had on me and my kids' back. and our ID, and I built a whole nother life for us.
Right. It's you can definitely do it. There's a lot of programs out here. You can always call 311 for information if you feel like you're in a situation that you can't get out of, even if you need someone to talk to. There are a lot of hotlines that people don't know about that are 24 hours that you can receive assistance. But one thing I wanted to ask you before we wrap it up is, how do you feel now?
Wonderful now.
So how is it actually direct? Because you're directing this film, right?
I am the director, right?
So how do you feel when you're putting these scenes together and actually now you're outside looking at it? Like, how are you processing this part of actually seeing visually, standing outside, what you went through?
That's so funny that you asked me, because just the other day we were filming and someone asked me, they said, Tasha, how do you feel now? Like, are you okay with doing this? And I said, I'm perfectly fine. I don't feel anything. What I feel is empowerment. You understand? What I feel is, you understand, a strong Black woman that made it out of something a lot of women don't make it out.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So, as I film it and I put everything together, and the movie is going to be exactly how it went down. Nothing extra. I'm not taking that now. It's going to be exactly. So it's a real traumatizing movie. And I feel good. I feel better than I have ever felt, because I'm not in that anymore.
And you know that your story is going to help someone else.
Right.
You can guarantee that. Somebody's going to relate, and they're going to pack their bags and hopefully leave and get out of a situation that's not right for them.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I went through it. It wasn't easy, but thank God I made it out.
Exactly. It's a blessing. I'm so happy to have met you, and I see you blessing everybody. I always see your spirit and how you push forward, and you're always so positive despite of whatever. So every day is a blessing and a new opportunity. And
thank you.
And I'm just blessed to have met you. So let us know where they can go and find the book. Where can they go purchase the book?
The book is available on Amazon.com. It's on Barnes & Nobles. It's also available on ebook. The movie is on the trailer. As everyone knows, we're working on it. And thank you so much. If no one knows, Debra CoCo will be starring in the movie. I'm not going to give her part away. You guys got to wait.
Right.
She will be in the movie.
Thank you. But I think it's a powerful piece to be involved with, because it has a real strong message, and it's a true story. And I think that it's a story that definitely deserves to be told. We're actually going to show the trailer before we end this segment, but let people know where they can contact you, or if you have any other additional information that you would like to provide, let us know.
Okay. Well, I am on Facebook, Tasha N Cato. My Instagram page is also Tasha N Cato. My email is DANASIAK123@iCloud.com. You can contact me there, or if any women, are going through right now and you are afraid to talk to someone or embarrassed, you can reach me, on those avenues. My email again is DANASIAK123@iCloud.com.
So you have the book with you? Do you happen to have a copy of the book?
I gave them out on the set the other day. They just go by so
I know
fast.
your books. Yeah, I know. I've been seeing people posing with the picture of the book, but make sure it has a woman on the cover and she's pregnant, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So make sure that's the book, Pain from Her Womb, right?
The pain from her womb. The
Pain from Her Womb. Make sure that you go to those different sites and purchase the book and support. Again, the film is coming soon. And follow Tasha Miss Cato on social media and encourage. And like she said, you can reach out to her if you, need to talk or be connected to resources. Again, 311 you can definitely call and get some information. But if you're in a situation that does not feel right, and your spirit, your gut, your intuition, make sure you pay attention. Pay attention to them red flags, okay, while you still have a chance to do that. And your number one goal as a wife, a mother, is to protect yourself and your children. And normally your husband, but you know, and again, this can go either way. It's males out here that's going through this as well. So I don't want to just put it and make it seem like it's just females. This is for males as well. Because I know some males that are going through it and they feel even more ashamed to say something. Right? Because they're male and they don't feel like they get the same support. So we have to offer that support both ways. So I want to thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. I will definitely just stay tuned, everybody. Again, just give me the mic. We have some great shows coming up. And support the guests. Subscribe again to Just Give Me the Mic. And I'm Debra CoCO. You can follow me on all social media. And I hope you've learned something from this show today. I hope you've been empowered by my two guests, Vanessa Banks and also Miss Tasha Cato. I hope you've been inspired by their stories. And hopefully we'll see you tune in for our next show. Just Give Me the Mic in 2 weeks. You can catch us again Sunday nights, 10 p.m. channel 68 and 8 p.m. MNN2 in Manhattan, everybody. And follow us on YouTube. All right. Thank you for your time. Good night.
Take care. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you. You're welcome.